Good morning. Happy Monday. It's Motivational Monday with a splash of money. I showed you this picture of my children. My kids are 4 years old and 6 years old. Do you have children? If you have kids, put I have kids in the comments. I am starting today's Facebook Live early because there's an opportunity for me to see my kids do their Halloween parade at 8:30. And so the theme of today's Facebook Live is seizing the opportunity. My children, your children, will never be this little again. You know, my kids are 4 and 6. They will never be this little again. Next year, they'll be 5 and 7. The year after that, they'll be 6 and 8. The point is that I made a conscious decision to pull back on my business during this time in their lives because I'll never get it back and they'll never be this little again. So welcome to Facebook Live. I have more on the theme of seizing opportunity, recognizing an opportunity. This is Tiger's Eye. This is a great stone, and I have it in my office as a reminder that for me to keep my eyes out into the world and be aware of opportunities that are always presenting themselves. I would propose to you that there are a plethora of opportunities presenting themselves to you on a daily basis. And we often miss those opportunities. So I want you to think like, where might I be missing opportunities? I'll give you some examples. I'll tell some stories, and there will be a story that pertains to money because there always is a splash of money in the Facebook Live. When I was a senior in college here in University of San Diego, I studied business in my undergrad. A senior in college, I got braces. Why would I get braces at such a vulnerable age, right? Like I was not very attractive. Not only did I cut my hair super short, but I had these big, ugly braces my senior year of college. The reason why is because I knew at the end of college, I was no longer going to be under my parents' healthcare insurance and their insurance. They had dual coverage, covered braces. So I said, oh, I better get the braces now because my teeth were crooked. And that way I'll take advantage of the fact that I have coverage on the braces. And I did. Okay. So look around your life. I'm pretty sure there's opportunities. Like the fact that my kids will never be this little again is my opportunity to be there. I'm also a room mom for my son's school. So I'll be there today volunteering in his classroom and taking advantage of that. Another story I wanted to share with you is something that touched me. And I want you to look at yourselves through the lens of your possibilities. Like, what are you capable of? Are you living to your potential? So this is the story. This was years ago. So I went to school for business in my undergrad, and then my graduate school and studies was in Chinese medicine. But before that, I was a business girl. And I remember my first business job. We were sitting there, and during lunch, we had a team building lunch, and we were all sharing stories. And I was in my young 20s, right? So this very, very overweight woman got up and she shared that over the weekend, she finished the La Jolla half marathon. And I remember listening to her, and she was crying as she relayed the story that at 350 pounds and about 5'9" or 8, she literally finished the La Jolla half marathon. She finished it just in time before they took the whole course down. So it took her about almost 8 hours to complete it, but she finished 13.2, 13.1 miles. And I remember sitting there in that meeting, and I wasn't a runner. I wasn't even an athlete at that time. I was actually just like a party girl. And I looked down at my body and I said, oh my gosh, God gave me these long legs. I'm 5'11". I am athletic AF, okay? And I was not using those gifts that God gave me. And this woman inspired me. I was crying. Half the room was crying. And that next day, I went, put on some shoes, and I tried to go for a run. You can imagine where that went. It was like, you know, the side splits and everything hurt. But she inspired me. I ended up going and training. I did my own half marathon. I did do La Jolla half marathon. I went on to do Ironmans because Ironman? What? Yeah. This is the story of the Ironman. I was doing the half Ironmans, then I did half marathons, then I did a couple of marathons, and I thought, what's next? Like, I've got this athletic body. How else can I use it? I got into triathlons, and that was kind of fun. But I never thought I could do an Ironman because Ironman people are like this, this vision of, I don't know, some like Greek god and goddess. Well, at that time in my life, I met a few people. One in particular, I was at a baseball game, and this really, really drunk girl came in. She was hammered, and she was talking about how she had just finished Ironman like the week before. And I was like, the drunk girl did Ironman? I'm pretty sure I could do Ironman. I was at a modeling thing back in the day when I did some modeling, and this woman that owned she owned a shop for lingerie. And she's like, oh, I did Ironman last month. And I was saying like, wow, you know what? I think I could do Ironman. So why am I sharing this with you? Because I am pretty sure that there is potential that's inside of you that you're not unleashing. And I want to give you permission today to unleash that potential. If not now, when? And where are you holding yourself back, right? You'll never know. I often say don't should on yourself. I also don't want you to coulda on yourself, right? So like a lot of people will come to me and say, should I do the doctoral program? I don't even let them finish the sentence. And I say, yes, finish it, do it. And they're like, why? How can you say that? Because the doctoral program, the transitional doctoral program is like a year. That year is going to go by whether you do it or not. And I don't want to sit with you in a year and you could say to me, man, if I just would have joined that program, I could be done by now, right? You can always enter the program and then go, this is not for me, but at least now you have that contrast because you actually went in. The worst thing is like, what if? What if I would have done Ironman? I wonder if I could have done Ironman. Well, I can tell you, yes, I can do an Ironman because I did one, right? So where are you not fully utilizing the gifts that God gave you? I wrote a book. I'm not that great of an author. And one of the things that I'm really happy about is I hope I inspire other people that are good authors to write books. Like, I really hope you'll pick up my book and you'll read it and you'll say, oh my God, if East can write a book, I'm so much more talented. Like, I can write a book. I hope, that is my hope, that I inspire you to do that. A lot of times I do things just because I hope somebody watches and go, oh my God, I can do a way better Facebook Live. Please do. Like, I hope I inspire you to do more things. Use the gifts. I am 100% confident that God has given you gifts. You're not using them all, right? Like, a lot of times I'll do something because I can, right? I was given this this athletic body, so now I'm using it. Right? I got the braces in college because my parents had the insurance. So time's going to go by whether you do these things or not. I want to invite you to come to Symposium. If you're in San Diego this weekend, on the next weekend, actually, the weekend we're coming into, November 4th through 6th, me and my team, we're going to have a booth there. I'm speaking there. Come to the booth, because we're going to have a possibility portal at the booth, and we're going to invite you to write down what you want to manifest in the next 6 months. And then you're going to put it in an envelope, and I'm going to mail it to you in 6 months. You're going to step into that possibility portal, and we are going to make that dream of yours manifest in 6 months. Well, we're not. The universe and God is, but you need to take action. Come in, step into the portal. You're like, oh my God, how ridiculous. Honestly, like, stepping into a portal is going to make me all of a sudden manifest my dreams. I don't know. What if it does? What if in 6 months you receive the envelope we're going to mail you and you say, oh my gosh, I mean, I have no idea how this happened. Like, I went to this kooky thing at Symposium. I stepped in East possibility portal and this thing magically happened behind the scenes. Like, that is amazing. What if that happened, right? You can't, they've got nothing to lose. I'm also speaking of opportunity. One of the strategies that I give a lot of people on increasing or building their business is using ear seeds. I love ear seeds. I love the blingy ones, the ones that are showy, the gold ones, the crystal ones, because they're walking advertisements for you. So I have been at Symposium as a vendor many, many years, and my next door neighbors were often ear seeds. They are not going to be at Symposium, but however, I have 30 of these boxes. So this is hot off the press, okay? Ear Seeds created this awesome little box for practitioners that has this little booklet of all the conditions and where specifically to put seeds for all of the conditions. It's a little pocket manual. It comes with seeds and tweezers, everything you need to start using ear seeds for all the conditions in your pocket. I'll have 30 of these at Symposium. These are hot off the press. You can see them on the Ear Seeds website. But this is another example of seizing the opportunity. Let's talk money. Many of you, I've talked about this, raising your prices. A lot of you are still rocking prices from 5-10 years ago. Even if you raised your price in 2021 or 6 months ago, I want to encourage you, most of you, I've worked with thousands of practitioners, thousands of healthcare practitioners, not just acupuncturists, and most of them, their prices are still really low if you look at the value of the outcome or the services they're providing. So let's just say, I went to Starbucks the other day, this is a true story, and it was $24. I got myself a latte, my husband a latte, my kids those little puppuccino things or whatever. It was $24, right? And there was a huge line at Starbucks. I think I waited like 35 minutes in the drive-thru, okay? I'm telling you this because $20 is not much. So if you raise your price just $20, you can make in the next 6 months an extra $10,000, $14,000, or $19,000. And if you don't raise your price, that in the next 6 months, if you're like, well, I'm going to wait, East. I'm going to wait until next year. I'm going to wait until my birthday next year. All right, okay. But every 6 months you wait just to raise your price. Like, well, I'll wait till January. Don't. Why would you even wait till January? Like, do it today. As of today, nobody is going to balk at $20. Here's how the math lines up, right? If you see 20 people or patients per week and you raise your price just $20, you're going to have an extra $9,600 in your pocket in 6 months. And that 6 months is going to go by like that, okay? If you raise your price just $20 and you see 30 patients a week, that is going to be $14,400 more in your pocket in 6 months. This is also the opportunity you're leaving on the table by not raising your prices today. Okay? If you're like, East, I see 40 patients a week. Okay, now we're almost at 20 grand. And that's just 6 months. You double that for the whole year. If you want well, East, I don't want to raise my prices, but I want to make more money. All right, I've got a way for that. In the notes, I have an opportunity for you on November 10th. For 4 hours, I will sit you down and I will show you how to make more money without technically raising your prices. Yeah, you can easily make tens of thousands of dollars with the strategies I'm going to share at the Lighthouse Intensive, which is November 10th. It's on my website. It's in the show notes. The whole point of all of this is for you to seize opportunities, right? When I was in undergraduate as a business major, I got my real estate license because I thought I was going to be a real estate agent. And God had another idea for me. God's like, no, I want you to help go into the healing field. And I thought I was going to go to medical school. And then I was guided into Chinese medicine. And I'm just so grateful for that. But guess what? I kept my real estate license. Oh, yeah. So in 2021, my husband and I sold and bought a house. And I made $120,000 in one day on the close of the old house and the close on the new house, just by keeping my license. That is seizing an opportunity. That is looking to see, okay, this is an opportunity. There's a little bit of work to keep my real estate license current, but every time we buy or sell a house, That is huge. That's a lot of money. So I want you to go into this week looking around at opportunities. Where are you not tapping into your full potential? Is it you're a really good writer and you're just like, nah, nobody wants to hear what I have to say? Oh, yeah, they do, because only you can say it that way and go read my book and realize, oh my God, this is not that good. I mean, it's a good book. It's got, but I'm not the talented author. I want you to get off your ass and share the gifts that God gave you. What are they? And instead of being lazy, if you can say, you know what, I'm going to do this because I can. I'm going to do these things because I can. Get inspired. Don't get jealous. Look around and say, wow. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I was at a party with a bunch of people. We were on a weekend in Acapulco, right? Talk about opportunity. It was some college friends that said, you want to go down to Acapulco? Everything's paid for. You have to just buy your airfare. I'm like, heck yeah. So I went down to Acapulco and there was this girl. We all know this girl. She was like gorgeous. All the guys were like, she's gorgeous. She was fit. She was a fitness teacher. She was, I think at the time, she was a stockbroker and a fitness teacher. And I just was mesmerized by her. I was like, oh my gosh. And she was so nice. She was beautiful inside and out. And I just said to her, oh my gosh, I just want to tell you, I just love your energy. You're so sweet. You're just so fit. Like you do fitness teaching. And I said, how did you get into that? Like, what did you do? How does one become a fitness teacher? And she kind of told me, it's really easy. You go, you take a class, you do this. And so I said, you know what? You're motivating me. I want to go do this kind of stuff. I want to be like you, right? So if you see somebody out there in the world, which we do because we have these things, we have social media, look at what people are doing and let that be a motivation to you to go like, I can do that, right? When I saw the people doing the Ironmans, I was like, if they could do an Ironman, I can do an Ironman, right? Jump on that motivation and go with it. Go with it, right? Look around. I am pretty sure there are opportunities being opened up for you. Back in the time before I did my Ironman, I told a friend of mine, hey, listen, I really want to do an Ironman. If you can ever get me in, at that time, back in, I forget when I did it, 2008. Back in that time, it was really hard to get into an Ironman. You had to sign up so early. So I told a friend of mine who was the acupuncturist for the USAT, I said, if you can get me on Ironman, please do. So fast forward, forgot about that. And I was teaching at Pacific College, and I get this phone call from Pacific College saying, hey, East, you know that clinic shift that you're scheduled for? We're not doing it. We're taking it away. And I was like, wait, that's next week. Like, I blocked my schedule for the next 14 weeks to be the clinic supervisor that morning. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh. So I sat, I was upset for a moment, and then I said, wait a second, you know what? I trust God. God has something for me that he or she wants to put in that time slot. Literally 3 days later, I got a call from my buddy. He said, East, I got you into Ironman. I said, fabulous. When? He's like, 4 months. You have 4 months to train for Ironman. I'm like, thank goodness that my shift was canceled because I used that 4-hour block, that opportunity that was given to me by the universe, by God, to train, and I completed an Ironman in 2008. And so opportunity's there for you guys. Go get it, please. And then when you do, come and share it with me because I love to celebrate your success. I am here for you. I'm not here for me. I'm not telling you these stories to brag. I'm telling you these stories to show you what's possible because so much is possible. We're the ones that tell ourselves it's not. So go out there, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll be here next week because I made that commitment to you for Motivational Monday with a splash of money. I'll be at Symposium. Come see me on November 10th for the Lighthouse Intensive. And you want to know a secret? January 21st and 22nd of next year is the Lunar New Year. Nobody knows this. You're getting this first. And I am holding a special event at my favorite hotel down the street, the Del Mar Hilton, a 2-day practice building event called Recharge for Your Business. And it's limited because the room I have only holds a certain amount of people. If you are even remotely interested in that, email me and I'll put you on that RSVP list and get you in there first before anybody else. I'm not even launching. It's not on my website. I just signed the contracts last week. So you're getting that secret. That's an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to jump on that 2-day where I will show you how to make $200,000 to $250,000 or more every year in your practice. I will show you. I will go through the ultimate practice playbook. All right, that's enough. I'm going to go have a wonderful, I want you to have a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch my kids in their parade because my children will never be this little again. And I want to seize this opportunity to be there and experience them and be their mommy and be the room mom and all of those things. So I hope this was helpful and motivated you to go out there and live your potential. Bye for now.